This is kind of like an add-on to what I just did. My name is Guy Ruff. Thanks for joining me. You're at UFO Hunters Worldwide. And I kind of want to describe what happened to me a few years back. I was riding my motorcycle, and this is my UFO encounter. The reason why I got into this. I've seen a UFO when I was a little kid, but it was nothing a big deal, nothing that you'd really talk about. But this one rattled me good, and really good. Interesting, but definitely I have never stopped thinking about this time. And this is probably, this is 2018, so that was about 2013 that happened. My girlfriend and I were riding my Harley. We went on a 2-week vacation ride. It was basically ride until your balls got flat kind of feeling ride, for 2 weeks. And we never left the state of Pennsylvania. We stayed in Pennsylvania, riding along Highway 80, and then along the top of Pennsylvania. There's a corridor that goes right along the top of Pennsylvania. It's just a little road, double-lane road. And we went to all the different parks, and we'd stay the night. And it was that's a story in itself. That trip alone is a story in all itself. We had a really good time. My girlfriend didn't believe that we could ride in a Harley and camp out of a Harley. She'd never done it. I used to do it a lot when I was a kid. I used to camp out all the time when I was a kid. I didn't have lots of friends when I was a kid. I used to go out in the mountains. I'm from Seattle, Washington. I used to go up in the Cascade Mountains on my dirt bike or my motorcycle, and I'd camp out by myself many, many times. I'm not afraid of the woods. I'm not stupid, but I'm not afraid of the woods. So anyways, we go to this place called World's End State Park. I believe it's called World's End State Park. Right, babe? Anyways, we pull up, and it was strange right from the get-go. There was a county park ranger there, and he decided he wanted to talk to my girlfriend, who I went inside to get a reservation for a camp spot, come back out, and I got my bike, and I rudely interrupted this officer that was interested in my girlfriend, because she was spanking little hotsy then. Well, he kind of let me know. He goes, it's pretty rude to be interrupting a man when he's talking to a woman. And he gave me that look like I could make your life hell, or I could be a nice guy. So I realized that the respect for the law, I shut the bike off. Well, it was cool because we started talking. He said, tonight, you got to come to this event. It's almost like I was drawn into this whole thing. He says, tonight, they're going to be setting up telescopes. And these telescopes are going to be part of an organization that listens for UFOs, and they check out the star system. It's a conglomerate of people with all kinds of different views and angles of everything. And I thought, well, that sounds cool, So we're camping, and we decided to go ride our bike over there, and we go over there, and they had all these telescopes all set up, and it was really cool. It was pitch black out. I mean, it was dark. And there's not a lot of light in this area. We're right in the middle of the state of Pennsylvania. It's called World's End Campground. You can see it on Google. You can actually, I'll describe to you where it's at. If you look at the river from World's End Campground, if you look at the river and go up from the river about 150, 200 feet, you can find the camp entrance. And the camp entrance winds around. It goes past a little building, and then goes up a road to another building up on top. And it's got kind of a round driveway. And then there's this little building there. Well, all the satellite things were set up. All the telescopes were set up. And this one guy just running his mouth, just talking really fast. I mean, like the guy was on crack or something. I mean, he just drove me nuts. I couldn't believe this guy, but he was so interesting. I really enjoyed what he was saying. Oh yeah, we landed on some planet, and there were rivers of methane gas, and we landed on this planet, and we only lasted 30 seconds, but that's all right. Taxpayers footed the $50 billion. They'll do all this crazy stuff, And he's just going on about how the taxpayers foot the bill for this and foot the bill for that. And it was kind of funny. It was just the way he could go about it. And he's like, reality check. He was giving me a reality check. And I knew the United States government wastes a lot of money, but boy, they really waste money there. So Next thing you know, he's taking a red laser beam and he's pointing and he goes, that there's Mars. And this laser go way up. I mean, it was like really sharp laser. And he's pointing to the stars. He says, yeah, that there's Orion area and stuff like that. And all of a sudden I'm looking up and there's this great big silver thing in the sky. And I go, oh, look at it. That must be Space Lab. And he goes, nope, that's not Space Lab. He goes, that's not supposed to be around for a while. And that's way too big for a Space Lab. It was a big silver thing. And I don't even know how to describe it. It just looked like a big silver thing up in the sky. What you would think Space Lab would look like, right? Well, the next thing we know, he's pointing the red laser beam at it, and all of a sudden this light come out of it and right down next to me. I mean, it was right next to me, and I'm looking at this thing. It's between me and the building. It's not even 12 feet away from me. And I'm looking at this thing, and it's dark in the center. It's dark in the center. And it has like fuzzy light all around the outside. And it kind of looked like a firefly. That's what it looked like. It kind of looked like a firefly. And I'm thinking, well, it must be a firefly. But I never took my eyes off it, and I didn't even blink. And I followed it and went from the one side of the gutter to the other side of the gutter. And then it went down the side path. And I think it didn't like me staring at it. And I was like, kind of like, what in the hell is that? So I looked away so it wouldn't see my eyes looking right at it. That bugger came right back and stopped within about 8 feet of me, right between me and the gutter. Now, the only reason why I know it had mass or anything, because it glowed the gutter. The gutter glowed from it. It was like a little light, a real weak light causing the gutter to glow. And then the thing started moving down the road. And the guy that was with us, he was giving the description. There's like 30 people there. He sees this thing, so he gets everybody to walk away. And my girlfriend's kind of like tailing along because, you know, she's like with me, but I'm looking at this thing going, what in the hell is this thing? Because it's got a light aura around it. It's dark in the center. No, I can't see beyond the center because it's black. I mean, it's black. It's really, really black. But there's like a glow of light, kind of like a kitten fur light all the way around. It's like really fuzzy, real soft, real even, consistent glow all the way around this thing. It starts going down the road. So I start following it. Well, my girlfriend, I guess she saw what I was looking at, and it startled her. Am I right? It startled her, and she yelled at me, "Guy, get the hell away from there!" So I kind of snapped out of it, and I realized that, you know, I don't feel like getting prodded in the rear end or something. I don't know, but I just got away from it because it really did transfix me. So I moved away from it, went up by the guy. So later on, after all said and done, I went to that guy. I said, "Hey, did you see anything strange tonight?" He goes, "Yes, I did see some strange tonight, and I can't even answer what I seen." And but I asked him earlier what he did for a living. And he goes, I don't work. I go, "What do you do for a living?" He goes, "Well, I work 1 day a year." And I go, "What do you do?" He goes, "I'm the guy that does the math to determine how a spaceship is going to land on a planet. I'm the guy that does all the math for that." He goes, I'm what you call a freak mathematician or some sort like that. I'm a scientist, you know." And I'm like, now, this really got me going. I got another story that kind of goes with this story during this. That wasn't the same trip. Yeah, another one. But I'm not going to tell it now. I'll tell it another time. And this was just as bizarre, and it kind of goes with all the information that I've accumulated over a period of time. But this is the reason why I got into UFOs. This is the very reason I got into UFOs, because I actually experienced something on my own. Thank you for listening, and give me some input. Tell me about your event.